Hey guys, how you doing? Well, I just wanted to share something that I'll consider a mark of growth, personal growth, when it comes to managing your emotions. And I've talked about this a fair amount in trucking. You guys have seen me in some meltdown moments for real, especially like earlier on. But one of the things that you have to become more proficient in as a truck driver is dealing with frustration, because it's gonna happen. It's only a matter of when and how often. And I've been really glad that on the current job that I'm working for, the company I'm working for, the frustration has been at a minimum. Things have been decent here. So unfortunately though, you just have to know there's always going to be a situation that arises where things are annoying or didn't work out the way that you had hoped they would. So the current instance of that is because of the way my hours have worked out this week. I've been on recaps and I started to run low on hours. So my company, my dispatcher was like, well, we're going to send you on some short runs, and they pay in a different pay structure that she explained to me. So it actually pays well. It's still going to work out, even though you're not getting much in the way of miles. We're going to offset that with like a basic like payment or whatever. I'm like, that's cool. That's fine. You know, it's making it so I'll be close to home and I'll be able to take my home time at the end of the week. So I'm really happy about that. Looking forward to it. So had a pickup earlier and a drop off, and I'm in Milwaukee, and I'm in an area, I'm really close to the Brewers stadium, and the drive around here was not fun. It was real confusing. If you drive near any stadium, you know it's always weird. I used to work at Soldier Field briefly, so that kind of situation is not totally unfamiliar, but in a truck it's even more weird. I got here to check in. I went to the pickup way earlier than the actual pickup time because she said they should be flexible with you. I was like, okay, cool. I got there, I told the guy right away, I'm pretty early. He's like, oh, you're not that early. Some people get here way earlier than their time. I was like, okay, great. They got me loaded real quick. It was great. I came here and it was like an hour and a half drive, not even. I go to check in and the energy in the office is crappy, and that automatically is not a great feeling when you walk in and they're just like cold. Everyone was kind of cold and weird immediately, and I was like, okay. It's like you can tell when you say the name of the company that you're with and you walk in and they know that they're going to have to unload this particular load or whatever, that they automatically don't want to deal with it. They basically, long story short, I'm 5 hours early for that appointment time because my dispatcher said not to worry about being early, and they basically told me I'm gonna sit here for 5 hours. And the girl was really like, I really want to use a word that I'm not gonna use, but she wasn't nice about it. I'm gonna say that. So I was like, you know what, thankfully this doesn't happen all the time. I know I'm not gonna have it happen again tomorrow, you know, like the last job where it's like back-to-back days of this kind of stuff. So I'm gonna do a workout. I'm gonna mess with some YouTube stuff. I don't know if I'll get to it today, but I am going to be tweaking and updating my Instagram. I don't like doing anything on social media. I try to minimize my interaction with it, but I do want to make it more coherent with my YouTube content. So just putting it out there to pressure myself to get on that. So anyway, gonna bust out the kettlebells and work out a little bit of stress. Ain't that bad. Nothing's that stressful. You can't sweat the small stuff, you know? You can, but you're only hurting yourself. Normally ever do anything with kettlebells with gloves on outside of the context of trucking, but they're stored in my side box on the passenger side, and they get so dirty that they leave my hands black like with black residue. So I've been wearing my gloves. But if you want to do kettlebells, you really shouldn't wear gloves. You want to use your hands to help use your grip strength more effectively. So do as I say, not as I do, basically. Because this happens to be right next to a running trail, so people are like running by or like going by on bikes, and I parked right here. That's my reaper you're hearing, and there's like bikes zooming around the front of my truck. I was like, oh crap. But hey man, this worked out great. Getting some endorphins, some nice natural dopamine, and enjoying the sunshine. It's all good. And apparently I really like purple. What can I say? And then we do what probably would make more sense to do before kettlebells, which is some lateral band walks. Did I ever have a nickname for these? I don't remember. They're an old favorite. To strengthen the glutes and the hips, which is something that every truck driver desperately needs. Ugh. I am not strong enough for this black band, and it's new, so it's extra tight. That's no excuse. So we're gonna switch to the blue band. When I used to coach these, I would always use the example of weebles, which you only get if you're of a certain age. And I would tell my clients, no weebling, meaning none of this business. No, you know, weebles wobble, but they don't fall down, none of that. You gotta do a nice sit down into it. And I always think of those toys, you wind up and they walk like this. That's you, only sideways. Or in this case, me. Better burn your booty. This next one would also make way more sense to do before doing kettlebells. That's okay. And in this case, the purple is a pure coincidence because I bought it on Amazon. This is a weighted hula hoop. And I got it thinking, how can I be creative doing exercise in limited space, like do something in one spot, which is funny because of all the things to not draw attention to yourself, being a lady alone in a truck stop. But I was thinking, you know, hiding behind trucks or something like that. But I got this hula hoop. It's a weighted hula hoop because A, when I was a kid, I used to be really good at hula hooping and I liked it. And B, it's really good for helping to activate the muscles in your hips and your back, basically throughout your core, all those muscles that are sitting doing nothing while you're driving the truck all day. And also I thought I could do like arm exercises and potential leg exercises with it to help with other parts of the body, shoulders and whatnot. So I'd show you. You can laugh. Ask me how many bucks I give. Just as I suspected, this is a really amazing exercise tool for being in a small space and not wanting to do something on the ground because the ground is always dirty. That's kind of what I was thinking about. This, as you can tell, gets your heart rate up. It engages so many muscles, and like when you're doing something asymmetrically, like I'm working on one side, feel the other side engaging to try to balance me. And then switching directions is a different kind of challenge. Also a major thing, like for me, I'm very asymmetrical, and it's part of like why I have chronic pain. And doing the hooping around the waist in opposite directions is a real challenge. It's challenging for your mind and for your body. Definitely recommend this if you're a truck driver. I'm sure I'm going to see all you out there. I challenge you. I know I'm being ridiculous, but hey man, someone's got to be a clown. Might as well be me. And now I'm going to bust out one last little set of swings. And I bet you this is going to feel totally different after doing the hula hoop and the band walks. I know better. I was a trainer for a long time. I did stuff in a weird order today, but I was just kind of screwing around, and sometimes it feels good to just do stuff and not overthink it. It did feel totally different. The main difference I felt was more warmth activation in the abdominal muscles and the lower back muscles. The whole core. Hula hooping is cool, man. I knew it would be. It's something I always watch people do and be like, oh, I should try doing that again. Last time I did it, I was like 10. It goes around, it comes back around. And that's a really bad pun, metaphor, something or other. Hula hooping. Revisiting hula hooping. Anyway, I gotta go.